Thank you. Minister, we all know that the media landscape has changed dramatically in recent years. So I'd like to ask you today about the status of the establishment of the Media Commission. Thank you.
Thank you. And I propose to take questions 3 and 8 together. So the Online Safety and Media Regulation Bill 2022 will, when enacted, formally dissolve the Broadcasting Authority of Ireland and establish a new regulator, Comisiún na Meán, which will be responsible for overseeing the regulation of broadcasting and video on-demand services and the new regulatory framework for online safety. Comisiún na Meán will also have functions relating to the promotion of an open, trusted and pluralistic media and online environment, including research, education, media literacy, the protection of children and journalistic and creative supports. Part 3 of the bill sets out the legal basis for the establishment of An Comisiún, including its powers and functions, the membership of An Comisiún as a multi-commissioner body led by an executive chairperson, and matters relating to the staffing and superannuation of An Comisiún. It also sets out the accountability of An Comisiún to the Oireachtas and provides for the independence of An Comisiún in the exercise of its functions. Given that infringement proceedings have been launched against Ireland for the delay in the transposition of the revised Audiovisual Media Services Directive, which will be given effect in Irish law by the bill, I am keen to see the bill enacted by the summer recess. This would pave the way for the formal establishment of An Comisiún by ministerial commencement order in the second half of this year. A key milestone in the progress of the bill through the Houses was marked on Tuesday, when I had the opportunity to complete second stage of the bill in Seanad Éireann. That debate provided an opportunity for me to set out what I believe are the most important provisions of the bill, including the establishment of a Comisiún, and for me to listen to perspectives of senators from all sides of the House. Based on that debate and the widespread recognition of the importance of the bill, I am confident that we as parliamentarians can complete our consideration of the bill by the summer. I acknowledge that this is an ambitious timeline for a bill of this scope and scale. However, I believe this will still allow us to give extensive consideration to the bill in committee and report stages in both Houses. I know that members of both Houses are as committed as I am to the enactment of the bill and to the formal establishment of Comisiún and commencement of its operation. Given the importance of An Comisiún, Government has approved its establishment on an administrative basis prior to the enactment of the bill. While An Comisiún will, as set in the bill, ultimately be funded through levies on regulated services, I secured €5.5 million in Budget 2022 to provide start-up funds to resource the establishment process. A programme of work is now underway to secure the recruitment of key staff with the relevant skills and expertise to establish and lead An Comisiún and to lay the groundwork for the commencement of its regulatory functions. This includes managing the transition of Broadcasting Authority of Ireland staff and functions to An Comisiún, while at the same time ensuring the continuity of existing broadcasting regulation set out under the Broadcasting Act 2009. The recruitment of the senior staff who will lead and manage An Comisiún is a priority. Work is currently underway between my officials and officials from the Department of Public Expenditure and Reform and the Public Appointments Service to secure the recruitment of those staff, including the Executive Chairperson and Online Safety Commissioner, through open, transparent and effective public competitions. As provided for by Part 3 of the bill, the recruitment of the Commissioners and Executive Chairperson will be carried out by the Public Appointments Service. I would expect that these critical posts would be advertised in the second quarter of 2022 at the latest. Part 16 of the bill provides for the dissolution of the Broadcasting Authority of Ireland and the transfer of its regulatory functions, assets, rights and liability and its staff to An Comisiún. In this context, it is important to note that the bill specifies that the BAI staff will transfer over on their existing terms and conditions. The dissolution of the BAI and the transfer of its staff will take place following the enactment of the bill and commencement of the relevant provisions.
Thank you, Minister. As we know, people rely on newspaper, TV, radio and online platforms to find out about local and national issues, to inform them about current affairs, to showcase our culture, especially to reach out to our Irish abroad and to bring the nation together at times of national celebration and reflection. I rely heavily on my own local media like KCLR or Carlow Nationalist and the Carlow People. I see in Carlow how these traditional broadcasters and newspapers are facing new and increased pressures. So we need a media that informs, entertains and reflects us as a people and delivers value for money. So how can we protect and enhance independent journalism and ensure our creative artists have the platform to showcase our culture to the country and wider world? And this is the huge issue for me. Disinformation is on the rise. Sustainable and impartial journalism has never been more important. That is why it will be important to have the Online Safety Media Bill, and I welcome that you've given a commitment for the summer or for the end of this year. Time scale, Minister, is of the utmost importance on this. Thank you.
Thank you. In relation to disinformation, disinformation is a significant and complex issue, Jennifer Murnane-O'Connor, as you've said, and requires a distinct and targeted response. The EU is currently reviewing the Code of Practice on Disinformation in order to strengthen it and to link it to the forthcoming Digital Services Act, which will set out the standards for platforms in dealing with the issue. The Code of Practice is a European Commission initiative which has involved a range of online platforms, including social networks, advertisers, advertising industry players, to sign up to the self-regulatory standards to fight disinformation. The Commission intends that the Code will evolve into a co-regulatory instrument under the Digital Services Act. In addition, the European Commission has established the European Digital Media Observatory, including a hub here in DCU, which has been tasked with monitoring the implementation of the Code. Deputy Munster, I don't see the vacuum. Like the bill was before the House. It completed second stage in the Shannon, and it was very much to do with the importance of establishing the Commission that we have approved its establishment on an administrative basis prior to the enactment of bill. That's and I have spoken about that on several times. That's why I secured the €5.5 million. My intention is that the bill will be enacted and we'd have this Commission set up.
Deputy Murnane-O'Connor.
Thank you. Minister, when that bill is enacted and the Broadcasting Authority of Ireland will formally dissolve, the new regulator, Commission Naman, will be established. This is important because this will be responsible for overseeing the regulation of broadcasting and the video on demand service and the new regulatory framework for online safety set out in the bill. But it is essential from both an operational and reputational standpoint that the Commission has sufficient staff with experience and skills that are at appropriate level in order to effectively carry out its regulatory functions. How will you ensure that the Commission will have the required skills needed for such a wide remit and to cover the specific area of online safety as set out in the bill? And just one other thing, Minister, how will we ensure that the voice of those most directly impacted by the work of the Commission, which is the general public, will be integrated into their work? Thank you.
Thank you. Just to address the previous issue, I didn't get to conclude there, Deputy Munster. The process, I would expect the staffing to be. I've provided that €5.5 million to commence recruitment of the staff, and the aim is to pass the bill by the summer. And in relation to recruitment, officials are engaging with the public appointment service and public with deeper, and I expect to advertise for the key commissioner posts in Commission Naman in Q2. In the resourcing, Deputy Murnane-O'Connor, given the importance of on Commission, that is exactly why we approved the establishment on an administrative basis prior to the enactment of the bill, so that we can move quickly with this. That's why I secured the €5.5 million in the budget to provide the start-up funds to resource the establishment process. A programme of work is now underway to secure the recruitment of key staff who will have the relevant skills, who will have the expertise to establish and manage and commission. This includes the work of the recruitment of the Online Safety Commissioner through an open, transparent and effective process managed by the PAS, and the Commission will ultimately be fully funded by the industry levy, Deputy Munster.